ESL Readings for Global Citizens, Book 1. This audio reading is available in written form. Look for the ebook ESL Readings for Global Citizens, Book 1 by L.M. Peralt, published through Smashwords. Suggestions for ESL learners. Listen to the audio track and then complete the activities. Note that Task 6 requires a speaking partner. If necessary, listen to the main reading several times. Compare your answers to the suggested responses found on the last few slides. Welcome to Global Citizen ESL. Today's reading is A Brief History of Beer. There can be little debate about the importance of bread as a staple of the human diet. As far as beverages are concerned, to date, beer continues to rank among the most popular. Due to the fact that both bread and beer share some similarities in ingredients and initial processing, one wonders whether grains were first mashed to bake bread or brew beer. In other words, which came first, bread or beer? Anthropologists have generally argued in support of bread being a dominant part of the human diet long before beer. However, some studies counter this. Researchers Katz and Voigt have theorized the mind-altering effects of drinking alcohol would probably make drinking beer in ancient times seem magical. They claim that its intoxicating effects would make it a natural component of early religious rituals. Once beer drinking had become ritualistic, they argue, its social importance would have made it a cultural necessity. Elizabeth London writes that archaeological digs in eastern Mediterranean discovered clay tablets dating back more than 6,000 years that reference beer. What is more, from among the oldest known forms of writing, the most common food or drink mentioned is, in fact, beer. More evidence supporting beer's longevity is the discovery of tools for brewing beer among archaeological artifacts over 15,000 years old. In Mesopotamia, where the drinking of beer for millennia has been recorded, the tepid climate is ideal for the natural brewing process. It is theorized that early hunter-gatherers first collected wild grains, pressed them to crack the kernels, and then made gruel after soaking them in warm water. If left outside too long, this mash would have encouraged natural airborne yeast to begin the fermenting process. As gruel is believed to have been made prior to bread, such an assumption would support the fact that beer, in the timeline of discovery, could have come before bread. London states that early beer looked more like a type of soup. After pounding wild grains and then soaking these in warm water, the brew would be left out in the sun to ferment for a few days. The end product would then be drunk with the aid of straws from long-necked clay pots. Drinking beer from straws would help filter out the sediment. The oldest known depiction of beer drinkers, found on a clay tablet, contains scenes of newlyweds drinking beer with long straws. It is thought that once ancient societies discovered how to brew it, beer eventually became an essential part of the daily diet. In particular, beer would have been the drink of choice in certain regions where fresh water was scarce. With a daily diet supplemented by beer and bread, civilizations began cultivating grains to feed growing populations. With the cultivation of plants, societies would have become less migratory. It is still up in the air as to whether grains were first processed to make early bread or to brew pots of soupy beer. As bread and beer taste great together, it is easy to imagine both being consumed and sustaining various civilizations since time immemorial. Listen for main idea and details. Number 1. What is the main idea of this listening passage? Number 2. Based on context, what does migratory mean? Number 3. Why might beer have been an important part of early societies? Give 2 reasons. Number 4. Why did people use straws to drink beer? Right. Number 5. In your own words, write a 1-sentence summary of the reading. Discuss the topic. Number 6. As you have heard, beer was processed using local grains. What specific drink is made in your region of the world? How is this beverage made? Take a few notes and share your thoughts with a peer.